What's up, guys? Matt Brown from the LSR Podcast. Thanks for joining me and Dustin and Adam right here on the channel each and every week. And while you're here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments if there's anything you'd like us to tackle in a future episode. But without further ado, golly, what is going on up there, Adam, in Illinois? I'm not going to full on call shenanigans. This feels like shenanigans, though.
Matt, I am Illinois'd. I'm sorry. Everyone just, the truth is that everyone just got Illinois'd by Governor J.B. Pritzker. Apparently at the end of last week, very quietly, the governor did not renew his executive order allowing for mobile sports betting signups to happen remotely. That very suddenly ended that open period on Sunday. Now, what's interesting about that? That period looked like it was just about ready to include DraftKings and FanDuel and potentially some other operators, but especially DraftKings, who had found its way around the penalty box that had been put into the Illinois law to try to keep it out of the market in the early days by its deal with Casino Queen and its rebranding. That was announced on Thursday. By Friday, the governor had not renewed his executive order. So run through some things in your head when you think about this. Do you think DraftKings would have gone forward as far as putting out pre-registration offers on social media if they thought that the next day they would not be able to have signups for sports betting accounts remotely in Illinois? And you also have to ask the question, who does this benefit? Well, there's only one company as of today that has the ability to offer mobile sports betting, and that is Bet Rivers, which is Rush Street, which is very well connected in the state of Illinois. So that's where we are right now. Illinois is a massive mess. We're back to it having to be in-person registration. The governor reopened casinos in the state on July 1st. He then took away the ability to sign up remotely here at the end of July.
So, Dustin, for those who have not followed along with Illinois, I mean, this has been an ongoing saga with this state, right? I mean, we have been following obviously very closely because it's such a huge state, tons of sports in the state, a lot of colleges, prominent programs, things like that. So we've been hopeful that things were going to get going there in Illinois, but man, it seems like this has just been one thing after another here.
Yeah, and this goes beyond just sports betting and all the players here involved. And Adam talked about Rush Street, Rivers Casino near Chicago. That's a big lobbying influence in the state. But this is just politics in general in Illinois. It's complicated. It's probably more complicated than just about anything that goes on in the United States at the state level in terms of politics. So just that's why it's almost amazing that we got a sports betting law through there at all, given how complicated anything is in Illinois. So when we saw all this happen, we're like, okay, the governor has seen, okay, this is not a good idea. Casinos are struggling right now. We're going to have remote registration. Things are going to be great, and sports betting is really going to get off its feet here in Illinois. And then we saw, this kind of out of nowhere, something happens, and we turn the spigot off very suddenly. And this is, we've talked about it in terms of what other states are doing, like New Jersey and Pennsylvania doing gangbusters with remote registration and good opportunities for users. That's not going to be the case in Illinois for quite some time now that we're back to in-person registration.
So, Adam, where are we then with all of these operators that, like you mentioned, had plans to get going here? I mean, where is DraftKings? Where are these sites right now that had made all these deals and probably spent an ample amount of money to get ready for launch there in Illinois?
Yeah, you led me right down the path, Matt, because I was going to say is where they are is poorer than they were last week, especially DraftKings, but also from what I've heard, FanDuel as well had outlaid some significant cash to get ready for this. This was an enormous opportunity for both DraftKings and FanDuel to get into this market a year and a half sooner than they thought they were going to be able to. Go back to the lawmaking process last year that essentially tried to lock out DraftKings and FanDuel, and there are some old wounds here. Go back to 2015 when Attorney General Lisa Madigan put out an opinion saying that daily fantasy sports were illegal gambling, And so now she says that they're not supposed to be operating. DraftKings and FanDuel continue to operate. You have Rivers, who is feeling aggrieved by the presence of what they consider to be bad actors. They nearly were able politically to get DraftKings and FanDuel locked out for 3 years. Essentially, they were able to have that 18 months. DraftKings found a way around it. FanDuel was in the process of finding a way around it. If you remember, during the lawmaking process, DraftKings and FanDuel had dumped $1 million into an ad campaign against Rivers that Governor Pritzker had specifically asked them to stop running. So we are in, as Dustin mentioned, the middle of a huge political dust-up where truly the only winner right now is going to be Rivers, where they have exerted their political influence during the lawmaking process, potentially during this process as well, although we don't know that for sure. And they are going to be the only ones offering online sports betting for a bit here. PointsBet might also benefit from this in the end because they have a great location at Hawthorne Racecourse in Chicago. They have the closest book to Chicago, but you're still going to have to go in person to sign up to register.
Guys, as a reminder, the full version of this podcast can be found over at LegalSportsReport.com, as can the written breakdown of every topic we talk about on the show each and every week. Thanks for watching.